slow, live it up, watching time go. Planning moves, staying solid to this G code. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Live slow, live it up, watching time go. Making moves, staying solid to this G code. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. This how it is, the mission's Benjamins. And fuck the drama and the bullshit, we ain't little kids. My circle small, but my riders heart, they never quit. Get your money, keep it gangster, solid, straight legit. Never switch like the real ones that die for this. It's fucked up, but this is truly how it is. I hope you're ready if you're picking this like full of sin. No turning back, I represent my Vario to the end. Fuck the fakes and the snakes and everyone that hates. I'm not phased, I won't break, bitch, I'll never change.
You are now watching M.O.D. Entertainment.
Now, as we continue the Varrios of all town Varrios on the list, we actually have to make our way down to an area that I remember when I was first covering this area. Man, how I got a lot of shit for this, you know what I'm saying? I had all kinds of people saying that I'm making this up, it ain't true, whoop-de-wop-de, whoop-de-woo. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I never got to come here and make up anything, you know, falsify, none of that. I could only come and speak the facts, hate it or love it. I understand there's people that don't like these individuals or they see the area some type of way. You know, they can see it however they want, homie. It doesn't change the facts, you know what I mean? You can say the area looks nice. You can say it looks chingon. You can say that there's nothing but white people. You can say whatever you want, bro. So you say whatever you want. It's a free country. It doesn't change the facts, homie. These are the facts. So that's why I'm even putting some cases right here of, you know, these are records. I mean, you know, they're not lying. You're singing for yourself. And that is the Vario OTT or Vario VOT. Translating to Vario Old Town Temecula. Yes, Vario Old Town Temecula. Yes, there's gangs in Temecula. I understand people view Temecula some type of way. Yeah, hey, like I said, you can view it however you want, bro. It doesn't change the facts. The facts are the facts. Temecula is home to Varrios. You know what I mean? One of them being the Old Town Temecula. And it's not the only neighborhood right here. You know what I mean? But it is the town Vario that's right here. It is the largest neighborhood in Temecula. You know what I mean? With roughly more than, I was told that there were roughly more than 48 members. Now, I know that that is very small. But when we're talking about these areas over here, the gangs don't get they don't get large like the cities, or you know what I mean. Areas like this, you know, the neighborhoods tend to be a lot more smaller, you know, due to the area. And now the Vario Old Town Temecula, their neighborhood is pretty extensive. You know what I mean? It's throughout, the old town of Temecula, what is known as throughout Main Street. Main Street that slices through their barrio. You know what I'm saying? What is like Main, and then you could catch them on 5th. You could catch them on California Road. You know, you could catch them throughout, what's the name of that? Pojuel? I think that's how you pronounce it. Like Pojuel, Felix Valdez Avenue. You catch them by that. You could catch them throughout Old Town Front Street. So that's throughout 2nd, throughout 1st, you know, by the Temecula Valley Freeway as well. So everything that's right there, all the way to where the Temecula Valley Museum is at, that is considered their barrio. You know what I mean? That is known as, you know, the Old Town Temecula's neighborhood, where they roam around, where they do their thing. You know what I mean? Right there where the Mission Village apartments are at. Well, you know, that's where it gets on and cracking. You know what I mean? Where they've been doing it. Like I said, they're not large like some of these other neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, homie, they're a real neighborhood who, as you guys can see for yourselves, you know, have homies that have done real shit and are doing, you know, all day, you know, for real shit. You know, these guys ain't no pushovers, you know, don't ever get it twisted. The area, like I said, homie, looks good to see. But that's what's up with the OT, Vario Old Town Temecula right here. Next barrio that we have on the list, and for this neighborhood, we actually have to travel to the area of San Diego. You guys thought I was finished with San Diego, huh? Shit. To be honest with you guys, I thought I was finished with San Diego too, but I had completely missed the neighborhood. You know, my bad. Now we're gonna head to the area of San Diego right here, to the area of 27th Street. And 27th Street is what we're able to find. You know, one of these town neighborhoods that I had left out when I was covering all the San Diego neighborhoods, which is the Vario Spook Town Gangsters. That's Spooks Town, no S on Spooks, so that's just Spook Town Gangsters, 27th Street Locals. It's the name of the barrio. It is a real neighborhood, despite what individuals are going to want to say. Now, keep this in mind. This neighborhood is not an old barrio. This neighborhood was established, it started in 2004, is when it was established, and it didn't become a neighborhood to roughly around the 2017, 18, roughly around there. So they don't even have that long being a neighborhood. But nonetheless, they're a real barrio, you know, they have their homies that, you know, are grinding and, you know, doing their thing and putting theirs on the map, you know what I mean? And, you know, achieve the status, you know, they elevated themselves and achieved the status. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down right there for the Spookstown Gangsters 27th Street Locals. And this barrio, it is from what I was told, take what you want from it. I was at least told that this barrio is about 68 members to more. That's at least what I was told. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, pretty decent size for it. Haven't even been around that long. You know what I'm saying? It's trip. Yeah, but that is the whole name of the neighborhood together. Sometimes you just see the 27th Street Locals. Sometimes you just see the Spooktown Gangsters. But it is one whole neighborhood. You know, it's one gang, so it's not two separate gangs. You know what I'm saying? 27th Street Locals, just like their clica. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where they be at, representing right there, holding it down for that STG and putting theirs still on the map and still holding it down for their part of the Spookstown. Now, to find the next neighborhood on the list, we have to make our way to the Desert Empire. You already know, homie. The Desert Empire definitely be cracking. You know what I mean? Right here, people can say what they want. It's a desert, ain't nothing out there. My boy, come out here, homie. You know what I'm saying? These homies will put you down. These riders ain't playing out here, homie. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, you know, speculate, you know, if you've never even been to the area. We have to make our way now to the area that is known as the city of Indio. Indio is home to a gang of Varrios, you know what I mean? From all sides of Indio, you know what I mean? You can find them. There's up to like, I don't know, there's up to like maybe like about 10 neighborhoods in Indio. Like 10 different gangs up in Indio, you know what I'm saying? It's gang infested right here, homie. It be cracking, homie. You know what I'm saying? So for people to think that what could possibly be popping out there, well, with 10 neighborhoods, let me tell you something. Something is popping. You know what I'm saying? And we're the city of Indio is home to one of these town neighborhoods, and for that we actually have to make our way to the south side of Indio, to be exact, because you know Indio is, you know, separated into two sides. You know what I mean? You have the north side Indio gangs, and then you have the south side Indio gangs. You know what I mean? And obviously the north side Indio gangs and the south side Indio gangs don't get along, you know what I mean? There's conflict and beef, and you already know. Now, in the south side of Indio, we have the largest one out of the Southside Indio neighborhoods, the one that's known as the Southside Indio gang, pues, which is known as the Vario Southside Indio Sur Town Locotes. Now, I do recognize that there is a lot of Sur Town Varios, and they're all different. You know what I mean? They're all different. They only have the Sur Town in common, but they'll tend to have, like, you know, the ending different. Like, you know, this one is the Sur Town Locos. So that is what is known as, you know, the STL, you know what I mean? Sur Town Locotes right there, Southside Indio. And their neighborhood is the largest out of all the Southside Indio neighborhoods, you know what I mean? Old neighborhood that's already been right here, well established, and their territory is pretty extensive. Their territory is everything from Monrovia Street, and from Monrovia Street, their Vario still extends, to where the 101 is at, and from the 101, and from the 101 freeway, the territory still extends all the way to Jackson Street, all the way to Indio Boulevard, and back around to Monroe Street. So everything that's in the middle is considered their barrio. You know what I mean? Throughout Gold Street, Palm Street, throughout where the park's at, throughout Miles Avenue Park, you know, all of that is what's considered their barrio, the Sur Town Locotes. And like I said, real neighborhood that's been doing real things right here, holding it down for the Desert Empire. These guys ain't playing, you know what I mean? They're the real deal, Holyfield, and that's what's up with the STL right there. Now, the next neighborhood on the list, now this one's a little bit different. The only reason I'm going to mention this neighborhood is because I know it's going to get brought up in the comments, you know, so that's the reason why I'm just going to briefly mention it. It's right here in the area of the 661, the area of Valverde, to be exact. Valverde is home to the Valverde Park neighborhood. And now, the Valverde Park neighborhood, it has, you know, a clique to it named Smoketown. But Smoketown is not its own neighborhood. It's not a separate gang on its own and stuff like that. I know I was seeing people, you know, try to mention that and stuff like that. The Smoketown is a clique that belongs to the Valverde. You know what I mean? It's a clique of their hood. So essentially, the Valverde and the Smoketown is the same barrio. You know what I mean? They're not two different gangs like people, you know, think they are. It's the same gang. It's just like that, you know. Sometimes you have you know, Varrios that have cliques that are just named like the name sounds like it would be the actual name of the barrio, you know what I mean? Kind of like Eastside Wilma has Ghost Town and etc. You know what I mean? But those are just cliques, you know. Same right here applies with Valverde. They do got a Smoketown, but it's not his own gang. It's a part of the Valverde, and obviously Valverde being, you know, the largest gang right here, you know, you can find them throughout all of Valverde, but, you know, obviously at the park is their main domain, their dojo, as the heart of their hood, you know what I'm saying? But essentially, you can find them throughout all those back streets and throughout the area, you know what I mean? It's the largest neighborhood, and, you know, the one that you definitely hear about right here in this area, you know, these guys ain't no suckers, but that's what's up with the Valverde and their Smoketown clique. Now, our next barrio on the list, but, you know, same as the other one. I'm just going to briefly mention it because I know it's going to get mentioned, you know, but it's not that that's the part of the name of the neighborhood. It's just broken down into sections and sectors, which is right here in the 805, in the area that is known as Nipa. Nipas is a barrio right here, obviously Nipa. You know, the largest, you know, neighborhood in this area, the dominant one, you know what I'm saying? This neighborhood has already been right here, well established, you know what I'm saying, since the 80s. You know, they got numbers because I was told that there are roughly more than 150 members to this barrio, and it's broken down into sides. So you have the Nipas uptown and you have the Nipas downtown. But it's the same barrio, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, what sides did they come from? Because essentially you can find them throughout all of Nipas. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you know which side they're coming from the uptown side or from the downtown side. But it's not a part of the barrio's name. You know what I'm saying? I know that people often get it confused and they attach it to it. You know, like if it's a part of the name, but it's not. You know what I mean? And you do have several other barrios right here in Nipas, you know, because I had on the last one I had covered the Nipas Dogtown. So you do get several, you know, barrios, you know what I'm saying? But the Barrio Nipas right here, the dominant one, you know what I mean? They're the ones that hold it down and have been holding it down right here in the 805 and continue to represent theirs for the Nipas and still putting theirs on the map. Now, as we maintain ourselves right here in the 805, in the city of Oxnard to be exact, you already know the city of Oxnard be cracking, homie. It is home to the Chiques. You know, different barrios, but, you know, they're all from Chiques. I have already done a video where I break down what does Chique mean. You know, if you haven't seen it, go scope out that video. You know what I'm saying? But the barrio that's right here, that's another town neighborhood, is known as the Vario CTXCH, standing for Surtown Chiques. Barrio Surtown Chiques, like I said, Surtown is just a neighborhood you're going to be hearing, you know, quite often right here. You know, but they're all different neighborhoods. You know, like the other one that I just covered was the Surtown Locotes. This is known as the Surtown Chiques. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of the well-recognized neighborhoods right here out of the 805. You know, they have several rappers from this barrio. You can check out their music right here on YouTube. You know what I mean? This barrio is, you know, one of the large ones, well-known. You know, these Diablos right here, the clica that's well-known of theirs. And their barrio is everything that's from Ventura Boulevard, all the way to Channel Island Boulevard. Their territory still extends to J Street, and J Street back to Woodley Road. Everything that's in the middle is considered their barrio. So throughout, close to the Durley Park, close to M Street, Guava, Fair, Hemlock, Iris, you know, Kamala Street, all of that is considered their barrio. You know what I'm saying? you know, pretty massive amount of territory. And right there is jam-packed because you got the Lomas right there. You have the Chiques 13 right there as well. You have the Southside Chiques. It's just jam-packed. You know, there ain't no breathing room right here. You know what I mean? So these areas do get chaotic. But the Sutown Chiques has been right here holding it down and maintaining, you know. They're one of the powerhouses when you talk about the 805. You know, this is one of the well-recognized Chique barrios. Like I said, scope out their music right here. You know what I mean? They do have several individuals that rap, you know, out of this barrio. But that's what's up with the Sutown Chiques right there. Still continue to represent and put theirs on the map.
Thank you for watching M.O.D Entertainment. Make sure you like and subscribe.